Now, this is a very contentious topic in churches today. It split churches down the middle. Should Christians pay tithes? Now, I'll go straight into it because we only have 5 minutes. In the Pentateuch, the Torah, where tithes is mentioned is in relation to the Levites. So the Levites did not have any land because their inheritance is in the Lord. So you remember, even when Joshua was dividing the land after they entered Canaan, the Levites were not given any land, so they were split among all the tribes. So the Israelites were commanded to bring all the tithes to the Levites. That's their portion. That's their inheritance. They do not have land, so they cannot grow their own crops. The other tribes can grow their own crops and feed themselves. So this is why they had to bring tithes. It's for the Levites. Now, there's some people who say they were bringing crops and stuff because there was no money back in those days. There was money. Right back in Genesis, there was money. When there was a famine in the land of Egypt, people were bringing money to buy the food from Joseph. It was when their money finished, they now sold themselves, sold their land, sold everything to Pharaoh. And you remember when his brothers were going back after they came to buy food in the land of Egypt, Joseph put their money back in their sacks. You know, when he accused them of stealing, he put their money. So when the brothers got halfway to rest and feed their animals, they saw their money. So there was money, but the Bible doesn't talk about money being tithes. It's their crops, their harvest. And even when Jesus mentioned about tithes in the New Testament, when he called the Pharisees, "You hypocrites," he says you tithe a tenth of your mint, your cumin, your dill, your herbs, but you do not do what you're supposed to do. He mentions crops. He does not mention money. Now, there are some pastors who are telling their members, if you don't pay tithes, you will go to hell. I think that's a lie from the pit of hell. I don't think that's true at all. And I think those pastors are deceptive. And there are those who always also preach and say, if you don't tithe, it will be tithe for you. If you don't tithe, this is going to happen. You can watch my summary of the book of Malachi, which I did on my other YouTube channel, The Bible with Tina. I'll add it to the end of this so you can watch it and see, what Malachi was saying there. And in the book of Nehemiah, when the people promised that they will be bringing tithes for the Levites, the priests in the temple, because they could not work. But when Nehemiah went on holiday, God knows where he went, the people stopped paying. So when to all the Levites, they went back to their families. They didn't have land, so they could not plant their own food. So the Levites went back to their own family. So when Nehemiah came back, he had to go and call them to come back and told the people, you promised to look after the Levites. Why did you stop paying the tithes? Now they have nothing to eat. And so, they had to come back and the people started paying, giving their tithes again. Now, there's nothing wrong in helping your local church. You have to, because there's bills and stuff to pay. I'm just checking my time. There's bills to pay. So you can help your church. You can pay your offering. You can give money, assist your pastor financially. He's feeding you with spiritual food. But the problem, the issue that we have is this tithes. Why does it have to be tithes, a tenth of your salary? It can be offering, give generously. God loves a cheerful giver. It does not have to be tithes. So is tithes for Christians today? I would say no, it is not for Christians today. However, if you still want to keep on paying it, please do. I'm not telling you not to, but it's not for Christians today. Thank you. Join me every Saturday on 5 Minutes with Tina, 12 o'clock. Bye.
Amen for that. Amen.
Do you want to be my YouTube channel?
Yeah, I can watch it right now. No problem.
Okay, that's good.